Nami in back.
Interesting to see the Lulu being taken in this juncture, just given how much Nami has been there. It feels like the sustained advantage in those Nami lanes has what is
Not
allowed.
even connecting.
We haven't seen a duo lane out-duel Wolf and Bang really at any point this season. Now Haru trying on the Prophet. That's 4 defensive flashes already.
Flash forward from Cube. Peanuts here to try to back this one up. Cocoon comes through, lands onto Haru, but Prophet's still going to go down as Cube finds the first blood, and now Peanut in a bit of a rough spot. Cube doesn't have the cooldowns up to jump onto the Raptors as well. Haru sitting in the brush. Peanut, does he check this? No, he does not. End of the line coming through. Peanut low, and you see, he takes his hands off the keyboard. He knows that he's dead, just gets popped.
Wow. He had flash up as well. Speed seal item is, here's the teleport.
Yeah, TP coming into from the back. Crown roaming down. Has a realm warp ready to go. Cube gonna flash in, locks down Bang, but the wild growth comes through, but he's just taking so much damage from Haru. They take him out. Looks like they won't be able to find more. Haru's slowing up Wolf. He's trying to chip away at him as best as he can, but
window over to Prophet. That's pushing in mid because Haru's there already.
I mean, they have the fast track on this, but now SKT gonna try to pinch from below. Cube still gonna be the target in the front lines. Can't last too much longer. Getting HP back from the Sap Magic passive, but he will go down at the end. And now Ruler, chased out by Faker, falls 2 kills on the board suddenly for SK Telecom. And they're gonna be looking for more. Faker coming over the wall. The Assassin's Path won't be able to find a way back. Samsung plus the Dragon.
At least Samsung wasn't over us that time. Haru clearly communicated he was
They're
out
going
of
to
mana.
this.
They're going for the Baron rotate.
Through. This is completely blind. They have a control ward inside the pit.
SKT haven't even sent a hook shot over.
Yeah, and this thing's down to half HP. The Mountain Drake already doing wonders for Samsung. SKT has no idea that this is happening. They throw out the Ash Hero, won't do a damn thing. Baron over to Samsung, 24 minutes in. They safe. Realm Warp coming through to the mid. Drag a couple minions in, but this is a bit of a botch here by Samsung. By the look of it, Crown Core JJ cut off from the rest of the team. Haru, the collateral damage, not going to connect on the Faker, so he's still in the fight. Flash forward, though, is enough to finish him off. So far, a 1-for-1. Faker for Ruler. And Samsung, can they get more? Looks like the answer might be yes, as they chase down Wolf, but they're going to lose Core JJ as well. So a 2-for-2 in the end. Lots of turrets acquired by Samsung, but a really confusing play with the Realm Warp.
Yeah, the Realm Warp was put down than we expected.
Yep. Now speaking of fight, Faker going in, jumping on top of Ruler. He's going to be able to jump away with the Arcane Shift, pops the heal as well. Ash Hero coming through, connecting onto Cube in the front line, but look at how tanky the Mount guy is. Just doesn't give a damn about anything that SK Telecom does. That's going to be Prophet going down the Nautilus, the first one to get picked off, and Samsung can just keep
That's the fastest Baron you've ever seen.
Yeah, double Mountain Drake coming through. This is going to be nothing that SKT can do to answer this one. Hawkshot does come through, but the Baron gets picked up, and Samsung, the train, is just about 2 minutes. But can they get it? Might be a bit of a risky play. Stick around and see how they go ahead and play this one. Outdredge line comes through, connects onto Haru, but there's going to be no follow-up from SKT. Haru pushing forward, just chunking out the Nautilus continuously. Now Cube going deep, goes in advance, dragging him almost into the fountain as he locks down Bang. Has to start kiting back. Maelstrom's up, still has the Guardian Angel. It's popped up by that depth charge, still alive. As he will go ahead and come back up, but it doesn't matter. The Nexus goes down, and Samsung absolutely plow through SK Telecom in Game 1.
And Samsung are peaking even earlier than they did last season when they finally got it together during the regional gauntlet, went all the way to the World Final. Well, they started about 2 weeks, maybe even a month early. And that's pretty scary because this is looking like a team that could compete with anyone in a best-of-5 in the final. They may not get seeded there. SKT almost certain to be waiting in the grand final, but after a performance like that, I can't ask for any team other than Samsung to play against them because they dismantled SK Telecom T1.
Yeah, in a way that we didn't really think was possible given their performance this split. I mean, absolutely shattered in Game 1. Prophet now suffering his first loss.
That first 4 minutes, I've never seen anything like it, with every single member of SK Telecom coming off second. So they take the Syndra, blind pick it because now they believe that Crown Syndra has reached that level. Faker gets the counter pick, and if either of these slip...
Charm gets a push back there, scatter the weak, but that's going to be both summoners down for both mid laners. Poor JJ going low, has to get the heal from Ruler to stay alive, flashes in, trying to get the slow, Bang going back in, Exhaust coming through. That's going to be poor JJ barely staying alive, and now Ruler and Haru arriving. Doesn't even need the help of the Elise, they just come up with a kill. First blood goes over to Samsung.
Now Wolf is waiting.
Now they're coming through, Bang going to get locked down, Exhaust comes down. Ruler trying to get some hits in. Q going to miss from poor JJ. That's Stand United now used on the Wolf. Gets hit up by the Cocoon. Jump over the wall from Ruler. Nice repel in from Haru, dodging out. On the Shadow Dash, they draw him in with the Dredge line as Cube arrives. The depth charge coming in, pops him up. Dodge Field's going to buy him a little bit of time, but the Double Stun comes through from Crown. Locks him down, and 2 more kills on the board for Samsung. Beautiful roam by the entire team.
That was
It's like Samsung might just have to fight this one back. They don't have a turret to retreat underneath. The core JJ's going low. Up coming through from the wild growth as Peanut gets popped up. They're going to flash away low on mana. Might not make it out of this one with his life. Gets taunted up, as does core JJ as the charm connects. And 2 kills will go onto the board for SK Telecom. Now Ruler in their sights. But Faker's going to have to flash away as Crown tries to fire back, has the Ghost rolling, trying to push forward with the charm. Yet again, connects in. Haru goes forward, finds Faker with the cocoon. Goes up with a repel, comes back down, and Ruler is able to take out Wolf, but Peanut leaps in, gets rid of the Syndra. Now Samsung have to go full retreat mode. Multiple kills coming through from Peanut in the fight, and Ruler just desperately trying to trade back, but he has to play this one so cautiously. If 200 gold is the deficit. So in a good spot. Faker, though, dashing forward, looking for Crown, has Stand United coming through. Charm not going to connect, but the taunt does from Prophet. They should just be able to wail away at the Syndra. They get the kill. They take him out. Can they exit? Core JJ getting the root down onto Faker. Cocoon lands as well, and the turret is targeting him out. While Growth will keep him alive for a little bit longer. There's no other collapse coming through from Samsung, so
Faker fishing for a pick.
If he can get flashes and finds the charm onto Ruler. The shield from Core JJ not going to do anything. They even commit to Stand United just to keep Faker alive. But now 5 members. SK added 16%. Might help out. Cube coming into the backside, goes in, depth charge down onto Bang. Big pop up into multiple members of the Dragon onto Faker. Wild Growth comes through, but it's not going to be enough to keep him alive. He goes down. TP burned down by Prophet, and that they're going to go ahead and hightail.
Goaltending. Let's watch Peanut.
Asher comes through, flash away, not going to connect onto anybody yet. See, just trying to zone them out. Peanut in the back of the pit. Can they stop the seal from coming through? Leaps into the pit. Baron still relatively healthy. Goes slow. Spike comes through, and it's going to be Haru picking it up. He goes through with the repel, comes back down, just trying to get himself out. He'll be able to do so successfully as Ruler dashes forward, finds a kill onto Bang. They follow up with one onto Wolf. The ace about to happen as Ruler goes over the wall. A triple kill for the Ezreal, and Baron over to Samsung.
Ace over to Samsung, like you said. Well, we said the same thing just a moment ago about Samsung. So the rough spots can certainly be traded. The Baron buff, they do have some option to dive. They have at least drop aggro and Cuvée.
Oh, Wolf getting locked down. Redemption coming through. Can it heal him in time? Not going to happen. Ruler finds the kill. Nice engage by Cuvée. Finding the dredge line. The last inner turret falls. Recall has to come through from Prophet. Does not have that Stand United anymore. Peanut getting locked down. Depth charge coming through, but Ruler gets caught up with the Ash Arrow. That's going to delay him jumping in and DPSing down these remaining members of Samsung. If you're able to dash out, has the Spirit Rush available. Takes himself back to the fountain, but the base is being broken by Samsung. In him, going down 27 minutes. How long do they want to stick around?
Cuvé's so smart, tanking up and instead of letting the minions tank up, you're going to try.
It's 4 seconds left on Wolf, still has the Wild Growth, but the first Nexus turret has already gone down. Peanut getting caught up at the dredge line. Big Shadow Dash comes through from Prophet, but he has to get out of dodge. Wild Growth goes through onto him, keeping the Shen alive. And Samsung, they might have to peel back out of this one unless they can find more picks. Ruler dashing forward, not able to kill off the Shen. He makes it back to the fountain. That will be the disengage from Samsung, but they get so much off of that push. One last Nexus turret standing in their way. Can they find it? Peanut ripped down to half HP. Has to get himself back to the fountain and heal up. Gonna stick around, actually. Faker dashing in, looking for a pick, but he's just not able to find it. Makes it into the zone. His Redemption comes down. He won't need the heal. Depth charge comes through, pops up he and Prophet, but they should still be able to make it out. But the Nexus has been exposed. Samsung, I think they've just done it. The 2-0 victory over SK Telecom, their second loss in the split. And Samsung Galaxy makes such a statement for themselves to be meeting SKT in the grand final.
And it's the sort of statement that can be obfuscated. If you're an SKT fan, you can rationalize this. We're still probably going to be first. We're still probably going to be waiting in the final. But that creeping doubt will be there, Achilles. The narrative hooks will be there because SKT on this day was second best and then some to Samsung Galaxy. And if we see this as our grand final of the LCK, the most recent data point will say, maybe Samsung can do it.
And it's just rough stuff here for SK Telecom. Their second 0-2 loss of the split. Second match loss that they've suffered.
But you can brush away the Afrika one. It was a while ago.
Yeah.
The lineup was still learning, etc., etc. It's very hard to brush this one away. You could say, what about Huni? But Prophet recently has looked like the more reliable of the top laners. You could ask about Blank, but that would be a consideration given how good Peanut has been.